Hey guys, wanted to take a minute to show you my latest restoration project. This is a 1995 Honda CR125. I got it up north. It was a pile of junk. I paid 400 bucks for it. This bike is on YouTube doing some cool things. In a previous life, when it was purple, but I restored it back to look like a 1996 Honda CR125. Mostly because I couldn't find the purple shrouds that I could, reasonably afford. So it looks like a 96, but it is in fact a 95. These bikes were extremely popular back in the day. I have got quite a bit of money into this one, but it looks pretty cool. Not sure if this will work out well in the video, but the seat, the plastics, and everything are that like flow 90s color. It's pretty awesome. But just to go over a quick little bit about the bike, ODI grips. I like the lock-on grips. I got a MSR clutch. Bike Graphics did my numbers. Polysport plastic for the whole thing. I have the stock 90s Honda brakes on it. They're not what I would say are good by today's standards, compared to my 2017, but does the job. I went through and fixed the radiators to the best of my ability. It has no problems with cooling. Graphics and seat cover came from Evo MX in the UK. If you're considering ordering from them, it is fantastic. They do an excellent job. I went through to make this as stock as possible. I was wanting one of these bikes in the day and I never got to have one, so I put all the stock decals on it basically. The cylinder was redone at Millennium. I did have the top end put together by our local Honda shop, Albin's Honda. Everything else is pretty much original Honda. I try to keep it as close as possible original. It does have pro circuit jetting. I have not put a chain on it yet, but it's got a pro taper rear sprocket. I believe it is a 51, I want to say. But, frame has a couple scuffs on it because, believe it or not, I ride this thing. I actually have rode it. Wouldn't say it's fast compared to a modern bike, but I have a 2017 KX250. It's pretty nice. It's not quite that fast, but it'll hold its own. Turbine Core 2 silencer on it. It's not terribly loud. I live in an area where I have neighbors, so I want to try to not piss them off if possible. Then we just went with the Gold Series Fatty up front, which is really, there's not a lot of pipes available for this bike anymore. It's unfortunate that the steel frame Hondas, there's just not as much available as I hoped when I first got this project. The aluminum frame bikes seem to have quite a few more options available, but it's good. FMF hooking us up. Donnie seems like a good guy. So, and then I just went ahead and painted this stuff black, and this black, and the other side is black, and then this gold just seems like it'd be correct to me. I went through and polished all the bolts up. Use red 3M Scotch-Brite if you are doing something like this. Put the screw in the drill and it cleans it up real nice. Yeah, the graphics turned out fantastic. They look close to what I remember them looking like back in the day. I wasn't quite old enough to really be at this level just yet, so yeah, it's a pretty nice bike. If anybody asks us if it's for sale, everything's for sale for the right price, right? The bike came with a 120 on the rear, which I thought was kind of odd for a 125, but since I'm just mostly trail ride this bike in the sandy conditions of Michigan, I actually left it on there, and I don't mind it so much actually. If I was going to track ride it, I think I'd want to put like a 110 or a 100 on, but for what I do with it, this seems pretty solid. See if I can start it with some sandals on. Oh. Alright, we're going to get unstable here for a second, folks. Jetting's probably just a little bit off still, but runs good, rides good. It's definitely cool to have the bike that I always wanted as a kid. You know, back in the day I seen McGrath, and you know, he was pretty much awesome, you know, back at this time. Steve Lamson, I don't remember who else, but these were like the bikes to have back in the day. Yeah, thanks for watching my video.